Welcome to Break Free to Brilliance podcast, empowering women in business through thought provoking interviews and insights. Embrace your authentic power, explore the impact of your story, and discover how writing your best selling book can amplify your message, authority, and the three I's: impact, influence, and income. Let each episode guide you towards brilliance in minutes. This is your host, Seema Giri. I'm excited to introduce you to our next speaker, Laura Ribbins. She is a dynamic fitness expert living in Grand Cayman with over 40 years in the industry. Laura holds certifications from top organizations and is an acclaimed international fitness aquatic presenter and master trainer. She has captivated global audiences with her innovative fitness workshops and energetic classes, contributed to the development of aquatic fitness programs, and founded the Aqua Kids Swim Program. Laura's excellence in the wellness industries has been recognized with the AEA Fitness Professional of the Year Award in 2000. She is not only a business leader running a successful fitness and aquatic enterprise for over 37 years, but also an accomplished athlete completing 4 Ironman races and multiple marathons. Her dedication is paralleled in her personal life, where she balances her professional achievements with the challenges of single motherhood. Laura's story is one of passion, perseverance, and commitment to excellence in holistic wellness industry. So welcome, Laura. I'm so excited to have you on our summit today.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Well, let me ask you, Laura, what inspired you to enter your field and what drives your passion today?
Ooh, and it's a strong passion. Starting even when I was little, I was not allowed to be indoors if the sun was out. Outside, busy. And I don't do age, but we didn't quite have the electronics that we have nowadays, and my parents kept us very busy. Fast forward, having a very active lifestyle, the passion for just teaching, being a teacher. During that 2 years of COVID, I had a fabulous opportunity of going walking every day because I wasn't allowed to open the business. Loved the podcasting, the absorbing it all, and I had the opportunity to get involved in both those books. One was sort of telling the story about money mindset because mine was terrible, and how I sort of thought I had to be working all the time, and but I missed every single one of my son's baseball games. And the
Mm.
other one was about finding my voice and realizing that I could speak up about a few things, and it allowed me to be even more grounded in what I want to do than before.
That's amazing. And I love how you really use your the shutdown period during COVID well. And I found a lot of people did that as well. So you wrote 2 books and you became #1 international best-selling author during with the both of them, right?
Yes, with a group, both books were a group of people. Stories
Yeah.
were, oh, but yes, we did.
Yes, they're anthologies. I do the same. And that was a great time for people to really find their voice, really look further deep within, understand what is the meaning of life, right? Because if you didn't think about it before, COVID gave you a good whack on the head and it's like, here, think about this now, right? What is really important to you? And it sounds like that's what you were able to do. I mean, I myself have helped over nearly 100 people just during the pandemic become a best-selling author and share their message and share their voice. So kudos to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So during that time, were you able to think about more, or you're running your business, you're a business leader, an entrepreneur, and that's who you're serving as well. What are some of the common challenges you find that entrepreneurs are facing today?
Having tons of ideas, having nowhere, don't know where to start. Uh,
Yes.
Very lucky with a lot of the side gigs I got involved with. It was something I wanted to use for myself, nutritionally, let's say, whatever. So I got to meet other entrepreneurs that were just driven as well with the passion of what they had to share. Then you
Mm.
also have the ones that are going to run with it because they see that what's happened at the top, what's happening at the top of the mountain. I think where another new passion grew, because I had the techniques and the skills to help someone motivate themselves is to help them find a balance so they weren't so entrenched in what they were building that they ignored their health.
Mm, yes, I love that. So entrenched in what they're building that they ignored their health. And it's so easy. I remember when I was going through my health challenge, before that, I was always putting that as the last thing. I'll exercise when I get the time. I'll eat properly when I have the time. I need to take care of this. Constantly running towards that and people pleasing and taking care of others first all the time. When, I learned the hard way, and I know you have too, Laura, with the people that you're serving, that health is the first thing. If you don't have that, what are you working towards, right? So how are you helping entrepreneurs realize that health is wealth?
Well, it's so interesting because everyone is so different. And for one person, they just wake up. Here's a simple example. So the word "to" versus "can" versus "get to." So psychologically, if they come to me and they say, oh, today I had to do this, I had to take my kids to school, I had to go to the supermarket, I had to do blah, blah, blah. If they just change it to today, I got to drop my child off, go drop lunch off my husband, go to the supermarket. It's a totally different, it's more of a positive mindset, what they're doing. So
Mhm.
there's the power of a pen, a pencil on paper in the mornings. If you write 5 things you're grateful for, by writing, you use 6 more parts of your brain than normal, not
Yeah.
text, but writing. So just to write down 5 things you're grateful for, turn that simple little task might be grateful I have 2 legs, I have a family, but then pretty soon if those gratitudes change to be something a little bit more deeper and what you're really grateful for. That's
I
the
I
first
love
paragraph.
how you said I'm grateful for my 2 legs, because it's really as simple as that, right? Sometimes people think they have to come up with these big, amazing things, but it's simple as that, is I'm grateful for my health, I'm grateful for my 2 legs, my hands, and then it gets deeper with that. I love that.
And there's
Can
one more thing I was going to share. Dr. Joe Dispenza, who's amazing, he shares that, don't quote me, I think it's 82% of, I'm just going to say North America,
you-
wakes up and gets on their phone straight away. But when you wake up, you're going from subconscious to conscious. If when you first wake up, you spend a couple minutes, that's not very long, in your subconscious to conscious, visualizing how your day is going to go. Like, I'm going to be seeing my mom. She's going to be so happy. Like details, how
yeah.
your day is going to go, which would be a great tool for entrepreneurs when they're busy out there, all their different tasks.
Hmm.
Then your day is totally set up differently just by taking the subconscious to conscious, because your mind will think that is actually what's going to happen. But if 83% are getting on this straight away, it's in the past. Everything
Yeah.
they're seeing on the phone is in the past. So I think that's super powerful.
That is super powerful, but I feel like 82% is a little low number, but I think it's more like a 99.9%, but yeah, it feels like that's what everyone is doing. And it is hard to not grab that phone. I've been trying to do that every day. I do it day by day. It's like today I'm not going to do this because if I plan to do for a week or longer, it's not going to happen. So
Exactly.
just yeah,
Baby.
baby steps. Yes, you talked about that before. So can you share a powerful strategy for success in people to, um, take care of their health and be able to thrive in their business and thrive in life?
Yes. First of all, as I just talked about with water, if your brain tissue is 73% water, and you need to have brain health for your enhanced focus, better communication, decision making, why would you not want to walk around and be hydrated? So there's a bunch of little tricks, like I told you, pouring out the water, have a little timer on your phone, just a sip. It's about sipping all day.
Mm.
And number two, an interesting fact about water, it's advised that children as well as adults, when you become dehydrated, the first place it goes is from your stomach area, I'll say.
Mhm. Mhm.
So you should drink water 30 minutes before you eat. And then when you eat a meal, don't worry about the water because that water hydrates your stomach lining. So now it's ready for the nutrition to be absorbed. But if we're drinking a lot of water during dinner, which I used to do all the time, you're not getting the nutrients, the density of the nutrients you could be getting. So
Oh,
what,
really?
yeah, isn't that crazy? So water is super important for your brain health, so you can think, as well as your muscles and your organs. That's the first easiest step ever. And a little pinch of salt. The three pillars. First one I just said is mindset. Doing something every day just to start your day thinking about how great it's going to be and what it's going to look like. Number two is the pillar of looking at nutrition. And you know what? Baby steps. People don't have to jump on the bandwagon and be so drastic. Just simple little things. Like if they just started to take out some of the processed foods. So if you pick up something and there's something on there, you can't even read what it says, it's probably processed. So
Yes.
we just start looking at our processed foods and taking downsizing. And then movement, just to get up and move. If you do, everyone's doing their steps nowadays. I mean,
Yes.
10,000 steps a day for the week will help you get rid of, this is 5 pounds of fat, but will help you get rid of 1 pound of fat in calories that wise. But just to
Right.
move. And this is the part where my heart, this is the passion I want to help, is I have many clients that have already gotten past that stage where there's a lot of this everywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't see a road ahead to get started. So there's some great things you can do to help decrease body fat and feel more motivated and active. It only takes 10 minutes a day. And that could be vacuuming and so forth.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, that's great. So the three things are, one is hydration, second is mindset, and then third is nutrition. And
Let's do it this way. Mindset,
okay,
hydration is going to come with nutrition, right? That's all part of what's going in, and your movement.
movement, right? And you can start off with anything. Start with things that you would enjoy, right, Laura? Not, have to go to the gym. You can dance, you can walk, you can run up and down the stairs, play with your kids, play with your dog, like in a more friskier way, I guess.
Of course you can. And I mean, another whole discussion is what music does to you, like, so
Yeah.
just on music, just to get up. And there's a really cool thing people can do called I call it lymphatic shakedown. And in all the certifications I've done for years, I never was told that the lymphatic system doesn't have a pump. So you have to move to get the lymphatic system to move. Now, here's
Mm.
the frightening part. The lymphatic system detoxifies you. That's your detoxification. So I'm sure we all know many people have been sick, and if they say, okay, it's in their lymph nodes now, we need to detoxify. So just to get yourself to shake up and down, to bounce in your chair a couple times a day is going to help that lymphatic system move, and start to get the detoxification going. And plus you feel great. Might feel silly, but you feel good.
I know, yeah. And what's wrong with feeling silly, right? It does nothing, especially you're doing it inside your home or around people that you love. But yeah, let's be silly. I remember, just like when we're kids, right? We're just
Mhm.
not worried about anyone or anything and just being free. Allow yourself even 5 minutes a day to just be silly and have fun, right? Because that's what life is about. I think sometimes we overcomplicate things and make it difficult, and it doesn't have to be.
High five on that. I totally agree.
Wonderful. So, Laura, can you share like a case study or maybe one example of your success story you've had, that a person who went from point A to point B after working with you?
Well, there's a girl who we have a picture of in the other room. She was very obese, like more than 100 pounds overweight. And the first thing she did, I have the picture of it, the other her cutting a birthday cake, and she just cut out sweets. And even more importantly, she cut out going to fast food places to grab something quick to eat. Weight started to come off. Then she started coming and doing some strength training, which, we also work with them on YouTube. And her body started responding. And
Mm.
she lost 100 pounds, got great muscles, and she needed her whole lifestyle changed. She started appreciating good foods and that, oh, maybe broccoli is okay, and different ways you can cook it. So I think, but her mindset, she had to make the decision. The
Yes.
only other one I'm going to tell you about is, once again, it's not always about weight, right? It's about
Yes.
people, excessive smokers, or they are just helping everyone else and their stress level. They're like, I could go like this, ping, and they're ready. They don't even allow themselves to scream. They need to scream. They need to go in the bathroom, say, I'll be out in a minute, close the door, and just get rid of it.
Yes.
It's okay. I need a mummy moment.
Yeah.
Not just entrepreneurs and women that are, people say, oh, you're not working. Yeah, I'm taking care of 3 children. That's a huge job. So I think there are a lot of case studies, but it goes back to what I originally said. If we know that at least 64% risk of heart disease and obesity, heart disease alone, you need to keep yourself active. And you can look really super active on the outside, but if you're not taking care of all the body parts,
Yeah.
and the success comes from helping people one-on-one say what they need to do. And then by them going through the different steps, they realize what they really need. So what I
Yeah.
did really fun is I put together this 7-day entrepreneurial challenge. And challenge being a good word means challenge literally means start on Monday, listen for 7 days. But it's a really cool. I'm hoping it's really cool. I've had great results so far. Day 1, you get an email and there's a video. I'm in there talking about what we're going to do. Here's your checklist, and just gets them on the road, on the journey for baby steps every day, and different things are discussed every day. But the cool thing is I included an eat clean recipe book, which is awesome. And they get that as well. And you see the pictures, you're like, oh, I want that for dinner and I want this for lunch. And it starts giving people an idea of what a healthy meal could look like. The stumbling block for entrepreneurs and business owners, of course, is when do you have time to cook? When do you have time to prepare? So that's where really asking the right questions can let someone like yourself, who works very hard, say, oh, yeah, yes, I guess I do that, and
Yeah.
all the way down to what chair are you sitting in, and
Yeah.
it's just focus. You know what it is? It's me time. It's giving the person time for them to say what they need and look at their particular journey and say, okay, how are we going to get there?
And that's true. And I love that you said that. And I think many women feel guilty about prioritizing themselves. And I've been going with this mantra for the last 4 years that being selfish is selfless. I mean, so, yeah, taking time out for yourself is not selfish. It's actually selfless. And it's actually something that you have to do if you want to take good care of your family and the others around you. Because if you're not there to be able to, I mean, just imagine when you're sick every now and then, right? And you can't take care of your family, everything goes down. Everyone's life stops. So if you don't want that to happen, you have to take care of yourself first. It's a necessity. It's not a luxury. That's what I always say. And so these are great. These are great tools that you have for entrepreneurs, and I hope everyone signs up for your special gift that you're offering everyone. When we were talking before, Laura, you said something about going from couch to cash flow, because when you're sick, you can't work, you can't do the business, you can't make an impact on people's lives that you want to do. So tell everyone else about that as well.
Well, it's what it is, right? If you think of the couch being your chair that you're in most of the time, and everyone's had the moment where they're like, whoa, the creativity is flying. They're ready to work. They can stay focused. And we love those moments. And we have certain environment we need to be in sometimes for those moments, but we have to be a certain health for those moments. So if we have the brain health and we have that enhanced focus, man, it's such a joy. And it feels so good. It feels like you really accomplished something when you can stay right in there, especially with creativity. And when it's like you want to, I mean, there it is right here. If you decrease your midline, you increase your bottom line. So the healthier you are, that bottom line is going to come up. But here's the trick. You've got to be consistent with how your path is going to be. Because my big question for entrepreneurs is, if you're not consistent and taking care of yourself, I'm willing to bet that your productivity and your bottom line might not be consistent, if you get what I mean.
Yes.
So to increase the midline, to increase the bottom line, get from that couch to cash flow, everyone would be so happy.
Exactly. No, that's amazing. I love those, the way you really summed it up in those two taglines. Can you say that again?
So decrease your midline
Yes.
to increase your bottom line, and go from the couch to cash flow.
So those of our audience who wants to get in touch with you to do either of those, I'm going to go from couch to cash flow. It's easier for me to say. How do they get in touch with you?
What happens is, when they click on the 7-day challenge, they're going to put an email, and then they automatically start getting this email series. But I know they've got the email, and that gives me the opportunity to send them an email, say, hi, here I am. Have fun with this 7-day, but sometimes people want a little bit more. And then that's when we can get on a call and decide what's the best avenue for them.
That's wonderful. So I hope you take up on Laura's offer, her special gift to help you get started, to be consistent and really focus on your health so you can focus on your cash flow and you're doing what you love. You're in business because you want to serve others and you want to impact millions. But you can't do that if you're not on top of your game. And that's another way to gain clients, is when you look good and you walk your talk, people want to be with you. People want to work with you. So I hope this has inspired you to take these actions and get in touch with Laura. And Laura, is there any last words of wisdom that you want to impart on everyone?
When I found my voice, when I improved my money mindset, when I'm consistent being out there on the road walking every day, just like you said, I'm showing up how I want to show up. And I think life is too short. Let's love ourselves and just now it's time to take care of the me. And it's okay to take care of me. And it's okay to tell the kids to wait a second. I am jumping up and down, doing a lymphatic shakedown.
Yes.
I think you've got you've got an amazing group of people speaking. We're all going to be hitting that unlock prosperity from a different angle, but to unlock your prosperity through your wellness, and then reflect back later and go, whoa, if I had stayed there, I would not be getting where I am today with my prosperity.
Definitely. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. And Laura, thank you so much for being here with us today. I appreciate you and appreciate you. I love what you do. Thank you so much for doing what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Break Free to Brilliance podcast. And I hope you had some key takeaways that you can implement right away. Be sure to subscribe to Break Free to Brilliance wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also follow along with us on social media using the links in the show notes below. We'll see you again for the next episode.